Kick this recording off. Pull up my notes. Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this thing. There's a gentle knock at the door. With a moment, the door flings open. Rahadin standing in the doorway with 2 guards donned and heavy plates bearing the crest of the count. Heavy halberds rest in the cooks at their elbows with a pommel against the floor. Clergyman, he says, bowing his head lightly as he enters the room with his hands pressed together. I am here on behalf of the Lord Count Strahd von Zervich, the first of his name. He has a favor to ask of you. There is a chapel here within the castle. As you might have heard, there was some potential overtaking of the rule here some time ago. It was led by despicable people, animals, if you will. A rather long story, he says, waving his hand dismissively. The fact remains, the chapel is destroyed, the altar is desecrated, and it needs a priest to see it back to its former glory. The Count wished for it to be done by ordained men of faith, as without such it would simply be another room. He is also unable to entertain such men of faith until now. All of the misters of Valakai are preparing and blessing the food in St. Andrew's for the upcoming festival in Valakai. His innocuous poise seems off-putting. Since your arrival, there has been all but a red carpet rolled out for you, yet the hair on your neck standing out would be a clear indication of your discomfort. What is your response?
That'd be aimed probably more towards Elyon.
It's to both of you. When he says clergyman, he means more like holy men. Like, there'll be some things that he'll say that kind of don't make sense or sound stupid, but you have to remember he doesn't really speak common like super fluently. Like, it's not a first language.
Fair.
On kind of side-eye then, and how does Stan's face look? Concerned? Normal?
He's looking a bit puzzled as to everything we've
said anything. And
yeah, probably for the best.
Right. It would be absolute honor for us to do so.
So he gives you a wide, toothy grin and kind of stands up on his toes for a second, and before he takes back his normal stance. Come with me, then. We shall show you the way. I am certain the Count's gratitude will pay handsomely. He leads you...
Insight?
Of course. Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. I don't have alchemy open. I can open it, or you can just tell me what the roll is.
Yeah, no problem. I can open it real quick as well.
It'd be so hype if they had like an alchemy extension for Tailspire. Oh, excellent. So there doesn't really seem to be anything super dark on this, but it doesn't seem genuine either. So what you kind of take from this is it's more of like they want you to go and restore this chapel, but they have like no intention of using it. And if you would have said no, you would have just like turned in a huff, and they probably would have just been dicks to you the rest of the time you were there. But he's not, you can kind of tell like it's more about appeasing the Count and less of like, hey, we really need this, because you can kind of tell like he gives 2 shits about it, but he's really trying to put the face on that this is what he wants.
So nothing super nefarious.
Nothing like insidious or anything like that. It's just like, it's one of those like, oh, let's just see if we can get him to do it, because why the fuck not? His whole demeanor, however, is slightly off-putting, because he seems smarmy, I guess, not to a point where it's like he's really laying it on thick. You could tell, like, with this inside check, that he doesn't really give a fuck about you. Like, he's not like out to kill you. He's not trying to poison you or any of that shit. Like, it doesn't seem like he's hostile. But if you were to drop dead right there, like, he would just have somebody come and get you and fucking throw you outside. Like, he doesn't care one way or another. But he, for nothing else, like you can tell he's trying to at least make it seem like he does. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't give two shits about you, but he kind of wants you to feel comfortable, which is contradictory if nothing else. So he says, "Come with me then. We shall show you the way. I am certain the Count's gratitude will pay handsomely." He then leads you through the doors and down to the first floor into the chapel. The pews are all knocked over, splintered, or both. Manuscripts lay in organized chaos on the edge of a cabinet. It's obvious that someone had gathered them from the floor but paid no mind in the order of which they were gathered. Where do you start?
Everything's gonna go. Go ahead.
Are we in the actual map now, or are we?
Yes. Yeah, anywhere you're in here, and he's... so I can go ahead and unhide him. I was just... this is a model for Strahd, so actually it'll be behind you guys. This little...
Oh, fuck.
This little area right in here. Okay. And I won't bother spawning the guards in. Actually... Skirt. Sorry. Wrong model. This guy. Okay. So as you guys kind of enter, the guards will stop at the door currently by where Elyon's token is. They'll just kind of they'll line the door here like standing guard, and he'll kind of just walk his way in and motion broadly to the room. Let's see. Oh yes, this was the final result of rather unsavory folk, if you will, foreigners, much like yourself. You must understand there is a reason why the commoners, I don't know how to say this. It is unfortunate that Ismark or Irina are not here to translate, but is there a reason why the commoners are distant towards you folk? However, if you were to pay such a favor to the Count, I am quite certain he will repay you tenfold. Now, I am sure you are asking yourselves, why am I here to clean up the rubble and the debris? Well, here in Barovia, it is important that the chapel and the altar are maintained by true men of God. And since no one here is ordained, we do not fit that mold. And with that, he looks at Elyon, and he squints at him. He looks at you kind of inquisitively.
Can I insight check him again? Is he bullshitting me on this?
I mean, yeah, you could roll again, sure. Or actually, you know what? I'll keep that same roll, and no, he's not. Like
Okay, so this is a genuine tradition.
Yeah, he's no. It's so you kind of pick up on he is delighted that you have to do this.
Yeah.
But he's not bullshitting you.
Yeah, more like, haha, fuck you.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Making all this shit up to, fuck
No. You get from his attitude, he would take delight in watching you do this, but, he's not really bullshitting you about everything. You can kind of tell that he's being a little bit of a dick, but he's at least, trying to give you some full, answers, and he's not joking or smiling or anything like that. This is really the rule of the land.
He ain't just playing with it.
Yeah.
It's word. Okay.
Yeah, so he looks at you inquisitively and he asks, do you fit this mold? Are you a man of God? And of course, here, when they say that with polytheism, it just means are you ordained, or do you practice?
I do. I'm a man of great servitude to the public.
Good, good. We need more people like you here. And your friend, was it? Sand? And he kind of looks at you with the same inquisitive manner.
Aye. He was also brought up to the church.
I see. Does he speak? I do not know. I've heard him talk since he arrived.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Man of God, I am.
More guttural than I would have imagined.
Yeah, shit, clear mouth. Yeah.
Very well, then. I shall leave you to it, unless there is more that you need from me.
Aye, you want us to, fully repair everything in here, correct?
Just reset it as you would see fit if you were to give a sermon here. And of course, we ask that you read your rites of consecration over the altar. And I do beg your pardon. What god is it that you serve?
Helm.
Helm. I do not know this god. Is he a good, just god?
The best and most.
I suppose I would expect no other answer from you than that. However, if it is upon the order of the Count, perhaps he is wiser than I.
Right. May we have a, wheelbarrow, some nails, and a hammer or two?
Of course, I will send the servants to bring you tools and such that you need. However, I must tell you, given the formalities of the land, it is important that they do not help you.
Right.
Otherwise, this will be a waste of your time and mine. But, and with that he snaps his fingers, and you hear one guard kind of walk off down the hallway here to the, where's my compass at? Where'd the compass go? Okay, he walks off to the west, and when he gets to the end, you hear him yell something in a thick accent that you do not understand, like in the slightest. And shortly after that, he returns. He gives Rahadin a nod, and he then turns to you and he says, "Yes, they will be coming shortly with all that you need. Is there anything else, or may I go?"
Could we get some breakfast brought to us some point?
He looks back at the guard and he nods. And the guard then walks through this door here and then goes up, disappears into the stairs, and he comes back with 2 plates. There is eggs, there's like thick cuts of ham that's been like sauteed in a frying pan, 2 red tomatoes, and a little bit of baked beans. You got like a full English breakfast kind of.
Beans in it.
And he comes back. Halbert is fucking strapped to his back, and he's holding the plates. And as he approaches, he kind of like lowers his head really quick, and then holds the plates out, and then raises his head once more.
Yeah, Elyon will take his.
Okay, and then of course there'll be like forks and shit.
Yeah.
And Rahadin kind of looks at you both, and then to the guard of whom they exchange nods with, and he says, "If you like, you may seat at table. However, I do not wish to take you to the servants' quarters, as you are above them. I do not wish for you to fraternize with those beneath you if it makes you uncomfortable.
I understand. It does.
Very well then. If you like, we can escort you to the dining room where you ate dinner last night.
8 mini meals in the chapel. I'm fine here.
Very well.
As he
Okay.
pointed then.
Very well then. We will leave you be. I am certain they will bring your tools very soon. Our guard here, Domin, was very direct in ordering him. I'm assuming you do not speak Belok, yes?
I do not, unfortunately.
Oh, very well. He was very firm for you, my friend. Very firm.
Tell him much thanks.
Okay.
And heaven be with you, my friend, and bless you for all
Yes.
that you've done for us.
Yes, very, very much the same to you, my friend. We love to welcome and entertain guests of the Count. And we very much like to entertain our friends. Doing so, such as this will gain you good favor, I promise. It has been some time since this has been appropriately done. And with that, he just kind of takes off out the door, and he gets about to right here where he's at in between these two statues, and he turns back and says, "Oh, look, it seems they were faster than we had hoped." And sooner than later, you hear the rolling of a wheelbarrow against stone, and as it hits the gap between each stone, you can hear the tools inside of it bounce. There is a girl carrying it. She has dark brown hair, and you only catch a quick glimpse of her face, but she has big, bright blue eyes. You guys want to give me a history check?
Yes. 20.
Natural or dirty?
30.
Okay.
I'm
Hunter, what
still
did you-
doing it, but
Okay.
let's see. History. Where the fuck you at? A whopping 9.
Oh, rip. Okay, so Than doesn't even really look at the chick. Brett, it's been a few days, and you've seen more in these few days than most would have seen in a lifetime. However, this girl looks familiar. She...
Like, from home familiar, or
No.
familiar from the last
She
few days?
she bears resemblance, heavy resemblance, albeit much younger, more spriteful and beautiful, for lack of a better term, than the person that you have seen and spoken to.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good?
Internet dropped for a second. That was weird.
Oh, rip.
I'm good now.
The girl she bears striking resemblance to someone that you've met, albeit much more spriteful, younger, and beautiful. But you recognize nonetheless that she looks a little bit like Mad Mary. Enough for you to at least put 2 and 2 together, that this might have been the daughter that she was wailing about when you went to go check on her.
Is she from us?
She's pretty much like dropping the wheelbarrow, but she's gonna drop the wheelbarrow, not really look at you, and turn and walk away.
Yeah. So where's the wheelbarrow? I guess then, like, I mean,
it'd be like they'd have dropped that shit like right here. Yeah, like, so she came in within a couple feet,
all right.
looked at you briefly, and then immediately, like when she realized that you guys locked eyes, looked back down at the floor and scurried away.
Okay, well, as she was looking down and turning around or walking away from me, whichever, I want Elyon to just go, Mary. Is any reaction?
Her shoulders are gonna tense up and walk up. So remember, Mary is her mother. This would have been, and I'll refresh your memory because it's been like a fucking year. Her name was Gertruda.
Oh. Oh no, Gertruda.
Yeah, and with this,
quieter.
With this, she's gonna like tense up. She would have been behind the guards in Rahadin, but far enough like she would have paused for a second when you said the name. Go ahead and give me a perception check, both of you.
$13.
Where that? 19, baby. 19.
You see Rahadin's. I'm trying to think of a way that I could explain this. From the back of him, he seems to kind of perk up a little bit when you say the name. Like he definitely heard it. And you would guess based on his change in posture that he knows that you know. But with that, he and the guards just kind of keep walking, and as they turn, the guard on his left turns back and says something to her again in a language that you don't understand, and she scurries off like a rat when the lights come on. You know what I mean? She just takes off, not necessarily in a sprint, but is walking away very quickly.
Elyon's gonna sit down and eat his breakfast.
Okay. Then I'm assuming you're gonna do the same.
Indeed.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with the food. It tastes delicious. It's been, I mean, you had a decent breakfast the day before, but this is like the full spread. Like, oh, you're missing the blood pudding, and that's about it. It's more than enough. Yeah, it's more than enough to really fill you guys up. Strangely, for as much like fatty meat that was on there, it's not overly greasy, so it's not really going to weigh you down or anything like that. And it's just a breakfast. You're both well fed now.
Hell yeah! All right.
Okay. So where do you guys begin? You have a wheelbarrow with some tools in it. There's some rubble. There's pews that are longer than they feasibly should be. Like, where do you begin?
Let's use that wheelbarrow to get these fucking rocks out of here.
Okay.
Point to this corner.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna start cleaning.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
pick up these rocks.
Well, actually, I wanna. Than did wanna like, if these are like barrels or anything. Want to take a peek in these real quick?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You can open them up.
Hell yeah.
Let me take a look really quick at what the. So the two of those are smashed, and you can tell based on. Well, give me an investigation check.
Where'd it? Boom. 19.
Hell yeah. So the two broken drums are bone dry. However, you can tell from the inside the way that they're charred and the pitch that still kind of remains in between each of the planks that these were used to store water of some sort, more than likely holy water. The other barrel in the back, the water has been pretty much sitting there for a while. It kind of smells, not overly offensive, but as you kind of poke your head, and you're like, oh, no, thank you. There's some algae. It's very, very distinct that this water has been here and stagnant for some long time.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. The cleanup process seems to go quickly. Before long, you lose track of each other's progress, but it seems to be coming together with each step. With a grunt, Than goes to lift a pew that extends longer than most. Give me a strength check.
Where's my alchemy? Put it up on 2 screens. Strength check. Where that? Not a save. Boom check. 24.
Oh shit! Look at you.
All right.
He's a strong boy.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
You strain for a moment to lift the pew on one end. It bends and bows under its own weight before it strangely straightens, lifts, and sets lightly upon the floor. Now, to paint that picture, you're lifting from the left end, the back on the right. It's so long and so heavy that it is contorting and twisting under its own weight. But for whatever reason on the right hand side, it seems to kind of straighten up and then set itself upright once more. But it doesn't just slam to the ground. It's kind of delicately placed.
Could I let go? Is it almost like?
Yeah. It's, you set it back upright. It's good. You take a heavy breath after the pew sits appropriately, resting your hand on its back. You see a book floating across the air as if being carried by someone. It saunters from left to right before stopping and lowering a little. Quickly, as with an impatient jerk, the candelabra nearly jumps off the ground and stands on end. Looking about the area, you see that everything is as it should be, and all that is left to do is to consecrate the altar. You approach the altar and speak the rites of consecration.
Then would look over at Elyon.
Brother, I think we're done.
I feel like that man
Well,
Elion's kind of been sweeping at this point, so he kind of puts the broom down. Yeah, it is just like home. I'll walk up to the altar.
Okay. And then here, if you want to roleplay any of it, feel free to. Or you can just tell me, hey, I did this.
Yeah, no, I don't really have much prep
Okay.
for consecration type stuff, so
Okay.
he kind of goes up there and mutters some stuff about Helm,
Okay.
Helm blesseth the altar, blah, blah, blah.
All right. Than, I'm assuming you're there with him.
Yeah, so I'll move my token.
You're good?
Over. And I was just about to say, Than would just be sitting there, kind of quietly, but he'd be making the the symbol to helm.
Yeah, the gestures and yeah, gotcha. Okay. You speak the last of your rites, and a surge of lightheadedness fills you both. You find yourself face down on the floor. A strange taste of metal assaults your tongue. As you pick your head up off the floor, something trails with you. A small tug of scabbed mass of blood tears away from your face. Shaking your heads and blinking heavily, your vision begins to clear. Looking about reveals horrors unlike anything you've seen. Pools of congealing blood cover the floor. Scabs hang like drapery off the wall. A small tree can be seen blossoming just outside the door to the north by the overlook. Scabbed blood hangs from its tiny limbs like a moss known as old man's beard. A figure covered in small spatters of blood setting down the last chair behind the altar, turns to sit with an exhausted sigh. He speaks words you don't understand in a thick Balakian accent and stares at you in response. What do you guys do?
You said we didn't understand him?
Yeah, no, you 100% did not understand him.
What does this man look like again in detail?
So you notice it's not Strahd, but they bear striking resemblance. Like the hairline, the same facial features, the ears are almost all the way down. He's definitely not him, but they could 100% be brothers. They look close enough.
Can I do? Oh God, where the hell is that in my? I think it's divine sense. Here we go. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna use divine sense?
Yeah.
Okay. For the first time since you both have left the Chapel of Helm, your divine sense isn't going crazy. And as a matter of fact, you feel a certain sense of warmth with this man that's standing here in front of you. Like he seems to be somewhat of a kindred spirit.
Brother, I think, I believe you might be all right.
Right.
So-
So take another look around the room.
With a heavy sigh, he speaks. Forgive me. I assumed you foreigners, but figured I would give you the benefit of the doubt. I suppose, however, introductions are in order. I am Sergei. This is the Realm of Blood. The man sits back in the chair lazily, his arms hang wide to the side as a broad gesture to their surroundings. He then looks to them flatly. How did you get here?
Wrong carriage, I guess.
With that, he begins chuckling. Humorous, I see. I like his jokes. But I was told of your arrival, but not how. He sighs a moment, slaps his hand down on his knee. It would seem you are the ones I have been waiting on. I had hoped for others, no offense, but it has been longer than I could care to wait. He looks at you both flatly. I assume the two of you wish to go back?
Aye.
Very well. I cannot take you home, per se. However, I can remove you from here. But, we shall see. You wish to go, correct?
I mean, we're just surrounded by like fucking
Yes.
Lovecraftian horrors right now, right?
Basically, yeah. Imagine like the elevator scene from The Shining, but like several hours later when all of the blood would have had time to like set up and coagulate and kind of scab.
Can we?
So this is the realm of blood?
Yes. This is the realm of blood.
What is this place?
He shakes his head a moment. This is the realm of blood, my friend. You will find things as you would in Barovia, however. Unfortunately, they are quite stained, and the longer we stay and the longer we move, the dirtier we become. So again, I ask you, my friends, do you wish to go back?
Aye. But
So we're
another
getting dirty?
question. Why? Why?
I am uncertain of that myself. There are a few things I know. However, I believe there to be bigger things that work here than you or me.
Well, yes, I would very much like to go back.
Good. I wish to go back as well, though it isn't that simple for me. I have needed another to return to my precious Tatiana. I've been stuck here for some time. Tell me, for my own ease, does Strahd still rule over the land?
He does.
Is he a kind leader?
We're unsure.
Uncertain, I see. I had always had the feelings that power would corrupt him, though to what extent I could never know. Let us hope that it is minor, yes?
Aye.
Come with me. Which of you is the more strong? Fervent, if you will, like oxen.
Then,
He
then we're
points
just
at the
gonna
very
stand following you.
obvious giant.
Alright. There is a pass, of which we take. A lever we must pull. It is no easy, I assure you. He offers you another flat look, appraising each of you with a rather unamused glance before shaking his head. What is it like back there, where you're from?
You mean outside of Barovia?
Da.
Well, it's much like Barovia if it didn't have clouds and rain and werewolves, or it's much like Barovia if your chances of survival were much higher.
Don't forget the gypsies.
Yes, well, it's like gypsies as well, you know. We have a
Gypsies.
bandits and
Do you mean the Vistani?
oh yeah, much like those folks. We have similars.
No, I see.
It's much the same, just a different set of scenery, if you will.
And you are in such a hurry to return.
Aye.
Give me just a second, folks. There we go. Sorry, I had to reset some tablets for the kids.
All good, man.
And you are holy men.
You're
Give
not.
me a second, folks. It's being wonky for me. I apologize.
All good.
I got you. We set the weekday time, not the weekend. There you go. That one's working. They updated these. Okay. This one should work now. 'Cause it's the weekends are set for 10:45. There you go. Sorry, fellas. They took late
You're
naps.
good.
Okay, so he kind of listens to you telling. You say it is like Barovia, but without the werewolves or the chance of dying.
Mostly. You can still die. Many people die. Just nighttime's much safer.
Oh, da. Yes. The monsters had started coming in when I came here. I had hopes that my brother Strahd would have done away with them by now. I assume you wouldn't be able to tell me the year of Barovia.
I don't know, actually, could I?
Would that just be the same year as?
No one's really mentioned the year either. Anytime they have mentioned it, they just say in the year of our Lord, Count Strahd von Zarovich.
Can we tell him that?
Sure.
No, the Lord, you of our Lord, or the Lord, Count.
Yes. It is always the year of our Lord, Count von Stradverovich. Never the matter. And you are holy men. Huh? Why are you in the chapel?
I told you. Wrong carriage.
You look like kin, so I assume you weren't getting married.
Elyon nods.
And you say you are a holy man? What god do you serve?
Helm.
I know only a little of this god. If you can stomach this plane, I would like to know more of him. What depictions does he have in your world? Does he have hair, muscles, strong like oxen or bull? Here we have no god. At least none that I recognize. There is only blood. The one true ruler of all life. And he kind of looks between you both. Blood. You bleed as well, do you not?
Yes.
And your friend?
Much like it to stay inside me,
Yes. Oh, same sentiment.
Bah, I assume so. That is good. It will help keep your morals in line. What's up, dude?
Just don't.
Okay. Cool, you can show me in the morning, okay? Get some rest, buddy. I love you. Sorry, man. It's kids had a late nap, bro. Come now, we have much to discuss. Have you seen it? He says as he leads you out of the chapel.
Seen what?
The heart of sorrow. There are three. One here, one in Barovia, and one in this Chateau Plain. They must be destroyed. Or if we wish just to go back, this one must be. Convoluted indeed, but it was meant as a defense. I only read a few pages of my brother's journal, but the heart of sorrow is what blinds Strahd to the blood. If we destroy the hearts, we weaken him. Should you be so inclined to usurp him, you will know the others. But if you wish only to return, we must destroy this heart and use its power. Do you understand?
Somehow, yes. But absolutely not at the same time. This sounds insane.
I didn't get any of that, but yes.
I wish I could explain to you more, however. It was some time since I read the book, and I regretfully inform you that it is not here. However, should we return to Barovia, I would urge you both to go and look for it. It is my brother's book, a tome, if you will. The Tome of Strahd.
Interesting.
I fear, he kind of looks down for a moment. I fear that the woman I loved died without a single memory of me. He looks over to an oiled portrait of a woman in a purple dress with fur lining. That is my Tatiana. Do you both look over at the painting where he's looking at, or you just look at him?
I glance at the painting and then at him.
Dan?
Yes, same here. Yeah.
Even at a quick glance, as you both look at this painting, you can't help but recognize the extreme likeness to the woman, or of the woman to Irina. She has the same skin tone and hair, and every detail nearly exactly the same, down to the small beauty mark just under her eye. She is beautiful, no?
Elyon shrugs.
It is a punishment for me, I am certain. However, I need you to come with me this way. The man stands and slowly and lazily, as if his body bore weights you could not see. He then gives a groan and a rather large stretch and walks towards the chapel door. I need perception checks from you both.
I think Hunter just went AFK.
Oh, rip, dude. Did he fall asleep when AFK, or did he just go AFK?
No, he messaged me saying he was getting water.
Oh, shit, okay.
I got a 9.
Alright.
Not very. What were the name of the hearts, by the way?
It's the Heart of Sorrow, and there's one in the Shadow Plane, there's one in Barovia, and there's one here in the Realm of Blood. When you get to the Tome of Strahd, there's some importance and significance of this realm in particular. But it'll be a while. Matter of fact, let me make note of that. So I don't be forgetting, you know what I'm saying? Because it'll be a while before we... I don't want to lose where I'm at. I'll make the note on my phone.
My ball back.
Okay, give me just a second. I need you to give me a perception check.
Gotcha. I needed water. I told Brad I'm eating fucking ghost pepper chips.
Oh, rip, dude. That sounds hot as shit.
They're not that bad. It's actually like a little bit sweet, and the spice like rolls up on you. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a 9 for perception.
Okay, give me just a second.
You're doing so well, Thand. So well.
Yeah, I've got some special things for you both. Some cool. Yours is more mechanical. Elyon's is more roleplay oriented. It'll be really neat. Okay, so he just walks off. You guys don't really notice anything. And we'll portal over to where it is that he's taking you here in a minute. But for right now, we're just going to kind of theater the mind as he leads you over there. I can materialize here, but when we go back to Barovia, I will not be able to. It is complicated. But I am ready to leave. If you help me and give me my favor, he raises his hand into the neck of his shirt and he pulls an amulet out. It will give you this. And he presents it to you. It's a strange, heart-like amulet that hangs heavy on a silver chain. It seems rather anatomical, but it's wrapped in what looks like metal shards almost. Like it's similar to barbed wire, but more fence-like, if that makes any sense. It's almost like a metal palisade around an anatomic heart. I can show you its power, but it only works so often. It creates a shield, if I were to tell it. Will this suffice?
Would that be for Elyon or for Thand or for us to choose?
Yeah, he's just offering it up to both of you currently. But ultimately, this will go to you. I'll explain more when the session's over. Well, at the end of the session, you'll see.
Yeah, everyone kind of nudges Dan forward a bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. Quite, I think that would be quite alright.
Come then, follow me. We have to climb the stairs, hit a button, throw a lever. And yes, I am aware this sounds too easy. They must be done at the same time. He shakes his head. I cannot do both. The heart of sorrow binds me here. If I am to destroy it, I am destroyed with it. Though there is some chance that if you do, I can return with you to Barovia as an unseen servant. I have one further ask. If we return safe, take me to Berez. My ghost will no longer be bound, but you may call upon me and I shall aid you however I can. Is there more you wish to ask?
What's Berez?
It is a swamp on the far side, even further west of Velikai, in the realm of Barovia. There is a church nearby, the Abbey of St. Markovia.
Oh. Ew.
Good. I am most fortunate today. Come then. So let me take you guys over to where we're going. I have to fucking figure out which one of these staircases that it is, because there's fucking 1900 of them in this map. Okay, alright. Thought so. So he's actually going to lead you up, not through, you'll go through this door right here. Give me just a second. We're going to, you guys want to shift click your tokens? We'll just bring them with us.
I'm good.
All right. We're going to just fetch everybody right here. Oh, that's all right. I got it. Actually, I can just fucking take both of y'all right there. Okay, and then homeboy will go right here. All right, you can all see right here, like where I got the light.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
good now.
Yeah,
All right, cool. Just checking. As he approaches, he points upward. And at the top of this staircase, you see a heavy red-orange glow of this strange pulsating like material. From where you're standing right now, you are uncertain if this is like some form of organic material or some giant contained fire. You're not really sure, but you can see it moving and you can recognize that this is rather large. He points up to this and he says, that is one of the hearts of sorrow. There should be another in the realm of Barovia, just like this one, and another in the plane of shadow that will be black. However, looking over you both, perhaps the realm of shadow is not for you, but if you wish to usurp my brother, if that is your desire, you will need to travel there. Now, I am aware that this seems rather too easy, but the walls are alive. You can see their blood. And with that, he just kind of motions to all the blood everywhere. As we go to approach, the building will fight you. The stairs will try to throw you into the center of this tower. They may turn flat so that you slide down. The bricks of the walls may try to thrust you off to where there is no floor underneath. Only this, and he points to this like stair landing here. Only the stairs below. Do you understand what it is that I tell you?
Yeah. The closer we get, the harder it's gonna be to get there.
Yes, it will resist us at every turn, I assure you. Shall we begin?
I think so.
I'm ready if you are.
I am truly fortunate to have such helpful company. So with that, we'll move up to the first floor up here. I don't know if you guys can see where I just moved you.
No.
Oh shit.
I gotta look around though. 1 second.
Yeah, I can, give me a second. I can just make a little DM note or whatever and pull you to it. Catch all players. You should be able to see
Yeah,
the
you
dude
see, I
right
can just
there.
click on my my little icon and it takes me to my guy.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, cool. So as you make the first full spiral of the stairs, they begin to tremble and shake. I need you both to roll acrobatics check.
$13.
12.
Okay, excellent. You both waver a moment, but after only a short second, the stairs stop trembling, and you are able to make your way up. So we'll go up another little
Hell
bit.
yeah.
Actually, here, instead of just moving the camera up and up, we're just going to kind of go through it. So you make another couple steps. The stairs begin to flatten. You hear a strange jump, 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 jump. And as you look up, you can see all of the stairs turning into one gradient all the way around, almost like a big slide. What do you do?
So like a handrail or something?
So it shows that there's a handrail. There wouldn't be a handrail on the outside, and there's just walls on the inside.
I still have that cursed sword, right?
No. You guys checked your weapons and you are completely unarmed currently.
Oh, fucking titties.
And there's no handrail, right?
No, not currently. There is an edge. There's no handrail.
I'm just gonna try to.
How
keep
steep
running
is it?
up the
Like,
fucking, yeah.
It would be steep enough that if you weren't hanging on, you would definitely start to slide down it. Like some Indiana Jones type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of a sudden these stairs just turn into like one big ass slide, like a luge almost.
Is it like, are there any like things we could be able to grab onto?
I mean, yeah, there's the edge. You grab onto the edge, or you could try and like brace yourself up against the wall or something. I mean, there's a couple different things you could do.
All right. Yeah, then I'm gonna follow Elyon and try and get up, I guess, as far as we can before having to try and brace.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. Everybody, make it athletics since you're trying to like run up it a little bit. Give me an athletics check.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, so
19.
I get a +3. On every roll.
What happened? Oh, okay.
It's a 7.
So you guys almost make a dead sprint to the top, and you take off past Sergey, who, as soon as you blow by, he begins to run after you like, oh shit, okay, I guess this is the plan now, kind of, you know what I mean? So he immediately runs in suit. You hit a point just before the steps angle beneath, or I guess angle downward. Thand, you jump and grab the edge and hang on. Elyon, you are in front and you go to stumble backwards. Thand, I need another athletics check. You fucking botched that one, didn't you? Oh, god damn it. Okay.
9.
You go to catch Elyon, and you just miss his leg.
Damn it.
He rolls. Give me a second. Let me see.
Brother.
Oh man, you're in luck, dude. Sergey. Well, hold on. So he would have caught himself. Just a second. Oh hell yeah, dude. Sergey coming in clutch. So Sergey would have dove just as he saw Thand did, and he watches you kind of start to stumble and slide back, and he reaches back and he grabs you by your forearm and holds on to you, kind of pulls you up next to him. He says, "From here we must stay low. We must keep hand on the edge and we must crawl. But I must tell you, it will not be long before the bricks jut out and try to shove us down the center."
Right.
And with that, he pulls you over to the edge in front of him. And he's like, "You go first."
Gets down and does like the same type of like wall walk thing they're doing, I guess.
Okay. So you guys continue forward a little bit further. Obviously, your movement is being impeded now because the steps are not necessarily slick, but smooth enough that if you were to let go, like you're out of here. You make it probably like another 3/4 of a rotation up the spiral, and you hear some bricks starting to shift. I need you both to give perception checks. Oh fuck, dude. Sergey is rolling hot as fuck right now.
16.
13.
Hell yeah. Okay. So you are both able to quickly identify about 6 different bricks that are kind of rumbling and shaking, and they're all in like a 6x6 area along the wall, about 6 feet high and about 6 foot long. Mind you, that's straight, not necessarily the curvature of the wall. There's some, they're kind of sparsed everywhere within that 6x6 area. There's like 2 on the very bottom. There's 1 just above that. There's like 2 above that one. And then there's 1 that's up really high. I need you both to roll athletics checks, but with advantage, since you were able to see which ones are shaking.
$19, baby.
Fuck yeah.
18.
Oh, shit, yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I might not have to kill either one of you. This is going to be great.
Hell yeah, no death.
Thand.
Yes.
There are 2 bricks that jut out. And at first, they're rather quick. However, it's strange as something as inanimate as a castle could have such personality. And in a strange way that you could only view it as arrogance. These rocks jut out quickly and then stop and teasingly begin to try and shove you over the side. When you get just to where your torso is going to go over the edge, you take a good firm grip on the edge of these stairs and begin to kind of shimmy past, and then pull yourself back up like some kind of American ninja warrior. Or Barovian ninja warrior, I guess. Would be the more
It's the
appropriate.
Barovian Ninja Warrior time,
Yeah.
baby.
You kick a leg back up and pull yourself up. And Elyon, you seeing these stick out, just begin to crawl over them. And they go to start trying to pull you back in as you crawl over, but you're quickly able to use them as leverage to pull yourself up and then even push your feet up off of them and kind of propel yourself forward, and help Than get back up on the slide as well.
Voila.
So you guys will continue a little bit more forward. And now I need strength checks from both of you. Not athletics, not acrobatics. I need actual strength checks.
14.
Right?
17.
Ooh, okay. Give me a second. Sand.
Yes.
The slide dips inward and begins to tremble. Your recent successes cloud your mind, but only for a moment, or you recognize that you're hanging off of the edge of this slide and you're about to fall. You look over and you see your brother hanging on for life. However, he's in a much more positive scenario than you. More importantly, you watch Sergei plummet to the bottom. And just before he gets there, you hear him yell out. Within an instant, he's standing over top of you, sliding down the stairwell, and is now hanging on the side just as you are. I need you to give me one more strength check.
Come on, Than, baby. 22.
All right. You manage, as he bumps into you, to kind of regain your resolve. You dig deep and begin to you shimmy over to him, make sure that he's good, and then both of you start to just kind of shimmy upwards along this until you reach not necessarily the top of the spiral, but it'll flatten out once more. And at this landing, you are finally able to get a good, clear look of what it is that's up above you. There seems to be give me a second. As you step up onto the flat portion of the spiral staircase, a reddish light flares overhead and then settles into a dull, pulsing red glow. You see now the full immensity of the tower. The spiral staircase circles upward of the tower's full height. The tower, 60 feet wide at its base, becomes narrower as it climbs, the pinnacle of the hollow tower. The large crystal heart pulsates with a red light above the heart. The stairs continue upward. And mind you, you're just beneath something that would look similar to a jewel that you've seen some of the politicians in your previous life, as it were, wear. It looks something similar to a fire gate, but you see it moving and breathing and pulsating. The entire experience of which is rather unsettling. It's no sooner do you kind of catch yourself in awe of what it is that's happening here, does Sergei begin to start barking orders. And he tells you, go quick, around the flat side there, behind the painting. There is a button. It will release the far side. This lever here, and he points to one right by the door. This will release the safety switch in the right side. Now, my friends, here is the test of your resolve. As this plummets to the floor below, so shall we. And it is this, the destruction of the heart and its lifeblood, that will return you to the realm of Barovia. Now, are you both prepared?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Very well. When I tell you throw this lever, I will hit the button, and I will tell you when to jump. And as we do so, we must do together, or none of us will make it. And he starts to saunter his way across the landing, which, mind you, is just a normal part of the stairs, but it kind of juts out a little bit further. It doesn't continue to climb up. It's almost like a hollow floor. Sorry, my cat's like taking with me right now. Go on, baby. He begins to kind of walk the circumference of this tower, and he gets over and he removes a painting, rather peculiar painting. It's of a blood red dragon, and it's breathing down a black smoke over a small village. He sets it down just on the ground. He places his hand on a portion of the wall, and he looks back at you. And says, we will count down from try. It goes try, dre, dun, and then we push button. Do you understand?
I think so.
Very well. Try, dre, un, and then he pushes the button. Do you pull your lever?
Get that down.
What's up? I think my internet dropped.
Oh, fuck. Lame. Alright.
That's what the silence was.
It might be my internet, man, because you guys are kind of robot-y, dude. Like,
Well,
might be
same.
me.
So maybe it's Discord.
Could be. So, basically what he was saying is, so where did you last hear? What was I talking about?
Something about fan pushing the button.
Okay, alright, yeah. So he counts down, and then it was just, are you guys going to push the button or pull the lever when he pushes the button?
Oh,
Did you
yeah. I thought that was the whole thing. Thanos
Okay.
being a big strong man.
Okay, yeah. And then you heard the description about the painting, right?
Yeah. No, not really, actually.
Okay. So it was a crimson dragon flying
Yeah,
over
okay.
a small village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did.
So you both pull the lever. There's a strange creaking of metal that can be heard all the way up to the top of the spire. And immediately, this pulsating gem of mass begins to plummet down the center. And it gets maybe it falls for maybe a half a second, just enough to kind of get past you guys. Sergey leaps off. What do you do?
Follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're both jumping.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay. You fall for what feels like an eternity. A loud splash followed by an envelopment of fluid. You are underneath the surface for so long that your lungs burn as if they were on fire. The need to gasp for air fills your mind. Sand. Small bits of tinted red light blur your vision. You awake laying in a small pool of blood leaking from your mouth. You look up to see Elyon laying on his back with a mouthful of blood, some of which leaks out the corner. What do you do?
Bro, we're gonna like get up and go over see if he's okay.
Okay. Do you want to do? Like he's unconscious right now. Like I said, his mouth is filled with blood. Like what do you specifically like? How would you treat him?
Turn him on his side, see if
Okay.
the blood would be getting out. I guess I don't know, basic like first aid kind of shit.
Okay.
Look him over.
All right. So give me a medicine check, and then of course you'll roll him over.
A 9.
Okay. You roll him over and just kind of start like ham fisting his back, just like blah 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 blah. Elyon, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Five.
Oh, nice. So you come to, but you take 1d4 points of damage. Because he's fucking like yamming on your back really hard. He coughs and spits as you treat him, leaving a rather nasty spill of crimson blood across the stone floor. Disoriented and fatigued, you both feel a little worse for wear. You wake up soaked in blood, but neither of you have scratches or cuts, and you seem to be breathing fine, less the dried blood boogers in your noses. What do you do?
Is the chapel still as we left it?
It's in good order. And to kind of paint the picture a little more vividly, you're both soaked in blood, but there's no like all the scabs and all the shit. Like you're definitely not in the blood realm anymore. But there's you didn't like wake up in a pool of it or anything. It's just on you. But you essentially look like the end of Carrie right now.
Servant.
So you guys get back up and try and just go back to your room. Like, what's the play?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna call a servant or something to get us directions to the bathroom.
Yeah, gotcha. Sopping wet with blood and filth, you pull yourselves to your feet and see that as dirty as you are, there are no blood prints on the ground as you stand. Quickly and quietly, you make your way back to the room where you begin bathing. At this point, as you return, you are the only members in the room. Hung in the makeshift curtain on the left of the room is a privacy sheet and all the bathing amenities from the night prior. Do you bathe?
Yes.
Okay.
Not at the same time.
Yeah, got you. Who goes first?
Then.
Okay. Thand, when you step behind the curtain and remove your shirt, you notice an amulet around your neck. It is the same thick silver chain leading to the rusted metallic heart. Do you touch the medallion?
Do I touch the medallion?
Yeah, like, do you grab it? Okay. A whipping sound fills the room for a brief moment before the loud thud of a metal on metal echoed in the chamber. With a crescendo, a wall of viscera envelops Thand. Barbed wire and bones, both healthy and splintered and broken, jut outward. The space between the viscera are plugged heavily with dried blood. This stays only for a moment before the pieces begin to fall to the ground and disappear on the floor. Than finds himself unharmed but coated in blood as he were before he began bathing.
God damn it.
So I'm assuming you go through the bathing process once more?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to touch the amulet again at all, or are you just going to kind of leave it?
He had said that it was like just once every so often, right? He
Yes.
didn't say how often?
Yeah. Do you want to try and touch it again?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
All right. Yeah. When you touch it this time, nothing happens. You can just freely kind of inspect it and look at it. There's no viscera shield, as it were. There's nothing that arrives.
Okay.
Elyon, you would have seen a part of this. How do you describe your reaction to this?
What the fuck are you doing in there, brother? I need the shower after you. Stop making a goddamn mess.
This.
I'm sorry. That's my apologies, brother.
And mind you, as this falls to the ground, it like evaporates or whatever, like it disappears. There's not just like a big pile of viscera on the floor now. Thand, same question. What is your reaction as you see this?
I guess it would have been like a fucking scream at first.
Okay.
Like right off the rip, like as soon as and then it would have been...
I want to hear it. Tell me what the scream is. It doesn't have to be super loud. I know you got people at your house, but just kind of give me an idea.
It would have been like
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were going with like full on like He-Man scream or if it was going to be like a bitch scream. Where you're like, ah!
He's gonna kind of just like scream. Then it'll be okay. More like,
Oh, okay, I guess he wasn't, alright.
All right. So Dan finishes up bathing. You only have a clean pair. Yeah, you only have a clean pair of underwear, so you climb into bed with that. Now, mind you, when you both awake, because I may forget this when we go to do this, so I want to make a note for everyone. When you awake, you will have clothes in your room that you are to wear to dinner. So you're not going to be walking around in your underwear, but you are currently, that's about all you have right now. Everything else is soaked in blood.
okay.
And that, Elyon, that would go for you as well.
Okay.
So, Elyon, you catching a glimpse of this viscera shield are immediately unamazed and fed up with all the obscenities and surprises this world has to offer. You let out a defeated groan and remove your shirt. You reach down to take off your pants and a sheet of paper falls out of the pocket. Do you wish to pick it up?
I don't sigh again. Still looking unamused. And
Okay.
pick it up reluctantly and open it.
It has strange words written on it in thick black ink. Do you read it aloud?
Is it like English or is it?
It's
Symbolic even?
so it's like Baylock, like it's obviously in Baylock, but the way that the letters are done, you're able to. The letters are similar to Common. It's not like Sanskrit or fucking Russian where they have like all these crazy fucking characters in relation to English, of course.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. As you read, a whirlwind of sparks and flame encircle you. The writing is smudged at the bottom and you have difficulty making them out. I need you to give me a perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna burn down Strahd's house.
Mm-hmm.
24.
Goddamn.
Hell yeah. You read the words as you try to make them out. Just as you reach the last word, the sparks and flames immediately disappear. You look about the room and see nothing. You stand dirty and covered in blood. What do you do?
shower.
Okay.
Still.
As you begin bathing, you recognize how dirty the towel has become. And without word or even more than a thought, does a floating towel approach you? Do you take it?
Yeah.
Okay. You take the towel with no resistance. You begin bathing, and you as well have nothing left but your underwear, a spare pair of underwear that are clean. What do you do now? Are you going to go get in bed?
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach your bed, the sheets begin to be pulled back as if someone were preparing it for you. Do you climb in?
Elyon sighs. Alright. Enough of this ghost servitude bullshit. Can I get some genuine privacy in this goddamn
All right.
place?
Give me a wisdom check or history, whichever one's higher.
Wisdom it is. An 11.
Okay. You faintly remember stating as you returned that Sergei would come with you as an unseen servant had he were to have made it. And at your beck and call, the sheets or the sheet and the comforter both drop down to the bed and lay flat. I'm assuming you climb in and go to sleep, or at least get some rest.
Yeah, he kind of climbs in, sighs again. Oh yeah. Sorry, Sergey. You don't have to be a literal servant. Just go do what ghosts do.
There is nothing in response to that. However, you see nothing else move in the room, nothing changes. There's no clothes folding, nothing.
That's much better.
And that's where we'll conclude. So to give you guys an idea of what's taking place here, so Than, once per day, you can cast Shield, specifically Visceral Shield. If you're not familiar with how the Shield spell works, it grants you use your reaction to cast it, but it gives you 5 AC until your next turn. Because I'm tired of watching you get dick smashed when you're not doing anything wrong. Like, I don't know what it is, dude. You just keep...
I still love that fight where it was like the first like big fight we had in a while, and it was against the worm thing, and it was like, yeah, Than moves to the front. Than's paralyzed. Okay, Than's paralyzed again. Yep, Than's paralyzed again in the fight. So
yeah, the carrion crawler. Yeah, dude. Like, you're not doing anything that you shouldn't be. That's Brett and I laugh about this so often because you're playing the game perfectly. Your positioning is good. Your tactics are good. Like, everything is fine. The dice rolls just cuck you on a regular basis. So I'm throwing you a little bit of a bone here. You're going to have Shield once per long rest, because I'm hating to watch it. And I'm getting ready to just stop using, stat blocks. So the fights are going to get harder and more ridiculous because they've been too easy. And then Elyon, once per long rest, you now know the spell Unseen Servant, and it'll take a casting if you want to use it, but it doesn't, how can I put this? It doesn't count against your prepared spells. It works pretty much like like a class spell or whatever, a domain spell.
Yeah.
He's the Cum Lord now. Dude, Elyon wouldn't be breaking his sacred vows if he got the ghost to jerk him off. I'm just saying.
So there's some stipulations. Like it is an unseen servant.
All right, now there's some ground rules being placed.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there was going to be ground rules anyways, but I think there might be one more. Because I can't just have like Elyon magically coming in the castle. You know what I mean?
Even more genius. It's like Elyon's just like
Sergey,
Elyon.
fuck.
Getting the
Elyon's
handies at
like,
the dinner
Sergey,
table.
Sergey, go over there to Trevok.
Yeah. So the only thing, if you
Strahd.
order the servant into any kind of danger, there's a likelihood that they won't listen. So like if you were like, oh, I'm just going to march it into this trap or whatever, like it may not listen. So we'll get to that. We'll get to it when we get to it. You know what I'm saying? There will be some sort of penalty for, you know what I mean? For like just ordering this thing to like die for you, basically.
It's Sergey. He's the homie, dog. We all escaped Blood World together.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of the same thing with like Trevok's fucking shadow clone or whatever, when we can pull Bjorn out. Like there's like role play issues, like if he just like continuously marches that thing into death. Like if he just like if it's in a fight or whatever, you know, it makes sense. But if it's like, oh no, there's a trap there, just I'll just summon Bjorn to do it. Like it's not gonna work out well. So it's the same shit.
Fuck off, dude.
But Unseen Servant, not necessarily like the most overpowering spell, does kind of have like several limits. And you know me, man, I'm open to the rule of cool. Like if you can come up with something to use it for,
I could see you flavor like using this for flavor so good, like for like just like future helm like shit. Be like, oh yeah, like you know, hey Sergey, like give me that book, or like give me the you know, and then it's like people will be like, what the fuck is
I'm gonna
going
use
on?
him to con people out of their money.
Yeah, I fucking love it, dude. Absolutely do that. Hell yeah.
Power of helm.
And so
It'd be like a dude, it'd be like a trained monkey, like that just goes and pickpockets people. Like Sergey gave me his gold purse.
There is massive like storyline portions that have to do with Sergey. So you both saw the oil painting of essentially Irina. He was talking about being in love with her. Like there's a lot of shit that kind of got unfolded in all of this. So
he's like very obviously Strahd's brother.
Yeah, he even refers to himself as Strahd's brother.
Yeah.
But there seems to be some disconnect between the two of them. Like he's not coming back to see Strahd.
There's definitely some bad blood or something.
Yeah, and he even told you like if you were to usurp him, here's how you do it. He was pretty forthcoming with a lot of that shit. It didn't really take any goading. But that concludes our session for this evening.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, that was fun.
Sweet.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.